Do any of you guys have that friend or that person in your life who you know has a lot of potential to be something great? They really try, they give it their all, and they're genuinely a good person, but they're just a up. And you feel bad for them. You're like, come on, just try. Just try a little harder. Do better. Be better. But no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, they just fucking suck at life. Well, that's genuinely how I felt with Disintegration. The Disintegration technical beta is officially out on PS4, Xbox One, and Steam. And at first, I thought I was playing a Xbox 360 $15 indie game. But before I get into that, guys, check the description of this video. In every description of the video, we put down links to our personal social media. And we have a Facebook group where all of this actually started called Talk Gaming. Go figure! And in this Talk Gaming group, we stay very active. The Seventh Sword and I do work full-time jobs as well as do this when we're off work. So we don't have time to get to every game review like everybody else does. But we are genuinely posting daily in that group and interacting with everybody. So you can find like the latest news, some of the funniest memes and everything like that in this Facebook group. So feel free to join it. Anyways, back to it. So what is Disintegration? I don't think Disintegration knows what it is. It's one part almost hero shooter, like Overwatch, one part Destiny, like literally the animations and everything, and one part Titanfall. It's the weirdest hybrid that just doesn't know. It's like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, except less shit. What the hell? It just doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know what exactly it wants to be, and it doesn't necessarily do any of those things very good. Now, this game is being developed by V1 Interactive, and V1 Interactive is headed by the co-creator of the Halo series. Now, when I saw the initial announcement trailer back in August 2019, and I saw that it was the co-creator of Halo, I was like, oh, all right. It looked a little bit like Destiny at first with, I mean, the animations and the art style, and literally everything is like Destiny as far as how it looks, except it doesn't look as good. But I was a little bit like, oh, all right, cool. You know, this could be something cool. It's coming from, you know, somebody who's well-versed in this type of game. What could go wrong? And, yeah, here we are. So disclaimer, this is a technical beta. What does that mean? I don't fucking know, because betas nowadays usually turn out to just be glorified demos. But as I usually do, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. And I have to, because this game looks like shit. Anyway, so let's talk controls. So at the beginning, you have about a 10-minute tutorial that teaches you how to fly. Now, what you do in this game is you pilot sort of kind of a mech. It's like, imagine Titanfall with mechs that hover in the air. Now, you use the left bumper and the left trigger on the controller. I don't know what you use on mouse and keyboard because I played it on Xbox Master Race. So you use left bumper to ascend into the air, and you use left trigger to descend into the air. So the controls were pretty cool. They weren't that difficult to master. They were pretty simple. You use right bumper to command your troops. So it is kind of not a MOBA, but it's more of imagine something like an RTS, essentially. It's a fucking RTS. You command your troops, you can command them to kill other ground troops. Now, they cannot shoot pilots, from what I've gathered. They can only shoot ground troops. But you also use your ground troops to pick up the nodes depending on which game type you're playing. So you give them commands to do objective-based things sometimes. A is your boost, X is your reload. The D-pad on your controller is used to give special commands to your units. So you can tell them to drop smoke bombs, or not smoke bombs, like flashbangs and things like that, and shoot missiles at other powerful ground troops. It just gives them their special secondary abilities. So the controls weren't anything difficult. Now, how this game works, and at least in this technical beta, they give you one game type. Now, before you go into that game type, you have to choose a hero class, essentially. And what this hero class is you choose which mech you want to pilot. I'm just going to call them mechs because I don't know what the they're called. I think they're called grav cycles, but they're fucking mechs. Now, each hero class, essentially, has their own people that you control, your own ground troops. And each of these hero classes have different, not just different colors and skins, but they have different abilities. So you'll be piloting grav cycles or mechs, whatever the that shoot rockets. Some don't shoot any rockets, they shoot grenades, or some shoot rockets and grenades. Some shoot missiles and grenades. Some shoot machine guns and missiles. Some shoot grenades and machine guns. And that's pretty much it. All the weapons are genuinely kind of the same. There's one class that shoots giant nukes that detonate after about 5 seconds. That was pretty cool, except for the fact that by the time the mini nuke detonates, the players and their AI are halfway across the goddamn map. So once you choose your class, you hop into the game. Now, the game type that I played in the technical alpha was kind of a there's a point A and a point B, and what you need to do is if you're on the offensive team, you bring your little peoples over to the little node, and you pick up the little battery on the node, and you have to deliver it to the other side of the map. And then if you're on defense, you defend them. And that was pretty much it. And guys, after about an hour of doing it, I was just I was bored. The people I was playing with were just bored. It was just boring. The problem is there's a couple other game types, and I read about the other game types. Like, there's one that's essentially a capture the flag, and there's one that's essentially domination. The problem with this game is that it's doing things that have been done 100 million times in other games before, and that games currently do now, but it doesn't add any unique spin. Now, this game originally started as an RTS shooter, but then it was developed into this, hero type shooter, like first-person shooter. It actually started as a pure RTS, so just straight up, top-down, controlling people. And honestly, I think it would have been better like that. And the problem is you can actually tell that they made a switch late into the development of the game to just making it a first-person shooter, because not only does the game would just be more fun as an RTS, but it just looks like shit. Seriously, the game runs like an overweight horse with a broken leg and a respiratory infection. It sounds like two sloths having sex. And it's about as attractive as Lindsay Lohan. Now, before the outrage mobs come in and say, it's just a technical beta, it's not the full release game, you have to give it some time, they'll fix it, they'll overhaul the entire graphics, don't worry about it, you're just a hater, you're a hater, you're a fucking hater. Yes, I know it's a technical beta, but this game is scheduled for release early Q2 2020, which means either in April or May. That gives us a couple months to see an entire graphics, an entire sound, an entire performance overhaul. Now, these types of betas are small. They're small downloads, small packages, so they're compressed graphics, compressed everything, right? Resolution, everything. But there is no possible way for them to overhaul the engine, and it's a shame, because I really wanted to like this game. I thought they were onto something when they showed the trailer, and it just turned out to be something that nobody really wants or needs. And it's a shame, guys, because in a world filled with shitty games like Anthem, Fallout 76, every disappointment coming out of Bethesda lately, minus Doom. The new Doom looks dope. We'll see about that. But every game that's coming out is a giant disappointment. Pretty much anything Ubisoft puts out at this point. And we need more fresh, new IPs. We need better AAA games. We need better standards. And when a game like this tries something new, and it's likely to not succeed, honestly, I don't see this game scoring very well. I mean, the reviewers are shit anyway, so who cares? But it's just not going to be a fun game, and it's not going to hold people's interest, especially in such a flooded market with games like this, like hero shooters and Overwatch. And this game just doesn't stack up to those, and it's a shame, because things like this drive people away from creating new IPs and innovating, because new IPs are huge risks for companies. But unfortunately, this one just doesn't stack up. It's just boring. I mean, I played it for about an hour, and I got the hang of it. I knew what to do, and it just wasn't fun. The sound design was awful. Like, it was a quiet, slow, bang average experience. Like, why can't you fly the Gyrojets? Grav cycles. That's what they're called. Grav cycles. The mechs. Why can't you fly them over buildings? A huge problem I have is that you can only fly about 50 to 100 meters into the air, and you can't fly any higher. You can't fly over most of the buildings, and you're slow as shit. And you're just kind of coasting along, and you can hit A to boost, and you just shoot other grav cycles. You just shoot them, and then you score if you can, and it's easy, right? I mean, it was just so disappointing. Now, we'll see when they come out with new maps. I saw that they have like a big field on some farmland type of map, but I mean, you can't fly very high. You just kind of do a slow hover, and you cruise around, and you control your troops. Also, the AI is shit unless you're controlling them, and even when you do control them, they run into shit. I tell them to hack the little module to pull out the battery, and they just kind of stand there. At one point, one of my dudes, even in the training session, was like stuck in the wall, and he was kind of glitching. I think this game would have been much better off as an RTS base builder, where you could build your base, you could, you farm, you get your troops, you train your troops, you upgrade your area, and who knows, maybe it'll have that in the final game. But from what I saw, from what I played, from what I experienced from this technical beta, it's going to be a hard pass for me. I don't think the game will do very well if it comes out and it's of this quality. But I'll keep on it. I'll keep you guys updated with any news of the game. I mean, I'll most likely end up having to pick it up when it comes out, unless the developer can send me a key. We'll see. And then I'll be able to actually let you guys know what the full experience is like. But anyways, in a world full of shitty video games and shady companies, I'm just here again to educate and inform. Thank you guys for talking games with me, and have a nice night.
What the hell?